Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. So, my name is Ryan. I am a almost 30-year-old adult, and this is my first time reading the Harry Potter books in the Harry Potter series. So, I wanted to share with you what I think, what my thoughts are as I go through this because it is such a classic. Right now, I am on book 1, which is called Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and then I also have books 2. This is book 2. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I have no idea how these books go. And then year 3 is Harry Potter and the Prisoners of Azkaban. Azkaban? Am I pronouncing that correctly? I don't know. I have 1, 2, and 3. All from like Scholastic. I also found at Goodwill book 7. And it's kind of interesting because it says like year. And he goes to Hogwarts, obviously, but I guess the books are by like his year at Hogwarts, not just like every book wraps up a year. Am I getting that right? That's what it seems like. I need to know what I'm getting myself into here. This is a lot of pages. What the heck? This is 750. Oh, it's the oh my gosh, don't read that. What? How many books are there in this series? There can't be more than... Is 7 the last one? And I gotta be really careful not to give myself spoilers. Okay, so the epilogue, without the epilogue, 749 pages. That's a big book. This is 309 pages. That's, I guess, my overall interpretation of this book series, that it's huge. I know nothing about this. I have never read these books. The reason I didn't read these books as a kid, the normal age people read them, my mom thought that I would think I was a wizard. Now I'm an adult and still might think I'm a wizard. I guess we'll find out. So far, I am on chapter 5. I'm just starting chapter 5, so I'm about 60 pages in, and here's what I've learned about the wizarding world of Harry Potter. He is a wizard. But he doesn't know he is a wizard because he had an incident when he was a small child with his mother and his father where his mother and father perished away. He was sent to live with his mother's sister, Mrs. Dursley, who is married to Mr. Dursley, and they have one child, Dudley. Dudley is a big brat, and he's a bully and mean to Harry Potter. Harry Potter ends up living underneath the stairs where there are spiders, and it's like a little cupboard or closet of some sort. So he lives under the stairs. The Dursleys don't like Harry, and Harry seems to be like indifferent about the Dursleys at this point, so I'm not sure how he feels about them. I'm guessing he doesn't like them. If I was him, I wouldn't like them. He has a stepbrother, I don't know, a brother, boy his age, I don't know what to call him, who is a big brat. He has the 2 bedrooms, that's why Harry's underneath the stairs, and also because they don't like him. We are introduced to Dumbledore, like, pretty quickly. Dumbledore and then Professor McGonagall. Professor McGonagall. Yeah, she was a kitty cat. And that's when I learned that they could also be animals. They don't have to be humans. So that was interesting. They also send their mail via owl, which is another little interesting tidbit. So Harry Potter, like I said, he doesn't know he's a wizard. Well, he finds out he's a wizard because he keeps getting these letters from someone who's writing in green pen, maybe Professor McGonagall, because she wears an emerald cloak. And the Dursleys aren't giving him his letters, so they just keep sending them and sending them and sending them. Finally, Dumbledore shows up and says, Harry, you're a wizard. Your parents were wizards. They didn't die in a car accident. They died because this guy named Voldemort, who's apparently very bad, no idea what he looks like right now in the book, he killed them, allegedly. So then Harry finds out he's a wizard, and he is supposed to go to Hogwarts where his parents were and where his parents met. And that's about as far as I've got. So far right now, I feel like it's pretty slow. Like that, I typically read a little bit fast, and this is taking me, I'm not as interested or invested as I thought I might be, but I have to be. So hopefully it speeds up once it gets to Hogwarts. Maybe we'll start getting some magic, some spells. I know there are spells in here, and we'll see how it goes. Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert! I finished Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, book 1 of the Harry Potter series, as an old person. I have some notes. Key points. Platform 9 3/4. That is one of the most iconic locations in the Harry Potter series, I would say. I'm guessing every year they run through it. That's just how they always get to Hogwarts and get home, is through that platform. I found it a little bit weird and concerning that the Dursleys just left Harry Potter at the train station, well knowing that platform 9 3/4 might not exist. So that was pretty on par for their characters, I would say, but still concerning to me. They get to Hogwarts and you know what happens immediately? I didn't know this was like immediate as soon as they got there. They get to go to the Sorting Hat or meet the Sorting Hat and they get put into their houses. Their houses are one of the most well-known things with the Harry Potter series from an outsider not knowing much, because I knew all 4 of them. Not reading or doing anything with this series, I knew what they were. I don't know where I belong. I did buy this shirt, and these are the Gryffindor colors, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I'm a Gryffindor. But I will let you know what I get. Maybe I'll post my results. I'm a wizard, I've graduated, this is what it is, I'm bought into the series at this point. Let's go back. The 4 houses are Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. Gryffindor means you're brave at heart. Hufflepuff is loyal and just. Ravenclaw is smart, wit, and you like learning. And Slytherin means that you will go to any means to achieve what you want. Harry Potter and Ron and Hermione all get put into Gryffindor, which I disagree with because Hermione gives Ravenclaw energy. Like, she's smart, she knows everything, she's always learning, so I'm not sure why she's not a Ravenclaw, because she seems like she should be. Now, Draco, the mean guy from the shop and just the mean guy in general, he belongs in Slytherin, and that's where he went. So good for him. The houses also earn points, which I thought was super interesting because you can lose points and get points. And at the end of every year, whoever gets the most points wins the house cup. I don't know if that's just for fun or I don't know what the points. Is it like a please be good and you'll get points type of thing? I don't know if there's like an end goal with the points or if it's just a fun element, but I guess we'll find out. But the next big thing is we learn about Harry's class schedule. So he has a really interesting course load, which includes studying the night sky on Wednesday at midnight. 3 times a week, he goes to the greenhouse for herbology with Professor Sprout. He has history of magic taught by a ghost, which we met the ghosts a little bit earlier in the book and I thought they were pretty insignificant, but maybe they do have some type of purpose in this book. Maybe it's just fun, magic, I don't know. But a ghost teaches a class. There's also a charms class with Professor Flitwick. He is very small. Transfiguration with Professor McGonagall, which makes sense because she's the one who turned into a cat. And transfiguration, new to me, is when they can turn into different things. But don't think his class schedule ends there. There is more. He's got a lot of classes. He has Defense Against the Dark Arts with Professor Quirrell, which in my mind, I call him Professor Squirrel because it's kind of funny. And then he has double points or double potions. He has potions class because, you know, he's wizards and witches on Friday with Professor Snappy. And in this class, for some reason, Professor Snappy hates Harry. Snappy is taking a lot of points from Harry for an unknown reason because Harry doesn't even know these potions. He has no idea what the potions are, and Snappy is just like, you don't know it, I'm taking away 50 points. And it always seems to be like 50 points. There was a bank at the beginning, which the bank seems really cool. Someone's trying to break into the bank and take something, which seems like they're trying to take something from Harry's box specifically, and it's a small random package. I think that Hagrid took it when he was with Harry. This is when the Sorcerer's Stone finally comes in place, because guess what was in that box? I think it was the stone. When they're at Hogwarts, towards the action part of this, there is a 3-headed dog which is protecting something, which they believe is the Sorcerer's Stone, which actually is like a little gem. I thought it would be like a big stone with like, you know how they have the knife thing? It's not that. It's like a little stone. How do I explain this book to you? There is someone bad. Voldemort is bad. And Harry believes that Voldemort is trying to steal the Sorcerer's Stone, which is protected by the 3-headed dog and a bunch of magic and spells and things protecting it. Harry figures out how to get past the dog because Hagrid told him that when Hagrid was drunk at the bar, he told some random person how to enchant the dog, essentially, and get past him. Harry thought this was Voldemort, and Voldemort was after the Sorcerer's Stone because he's bad, but it wasn't exactly Voldemort because he's dead, but not dead. He's like not a ghost. I don't know what he is. He's not human, and he like has to take over other people to be human in a human form. So he takes over Professor Squirrel, and Professor Squirrel wears a turban, and he takes off his turban, and on the back of his head is Voldemort's face while they're in this dungeon trying to find the Sorcerer's Stone that just happens to drop into Harry's pocket. And then Professor Squirrel touches Harry and goes because his lightning bolt lightnings him through the skin, which apparently is just love. Did I get that right? At the end of the book, Harry doesn't die because there's a bunch more books. He saves the Sorcerer's Stone. Dumbledore comes in, helps save the day because Dumbledore is the only wizard that is stronger than Voldemort was. And then Harry goes back through the wall and goes to the Dursleys for the summer. I should mention there's a whole bunch of like Quidditch and chess scenes. So I learned a lot about what Quidditch is. I still don't know how to play, but Harry is apparently very good. He is a seeker, and that is one of the most important players because they got to catch the golden snitch, which is like a little gold ball that flies. Ask me after book 2 if I would be interested in playing, and I might say yes. I mean, I did buy this shirt. This book was a good book. Like, I could see the draw. I'm excited to read the next one because I want to know what happens in year 2, or if book 2 talks about the summer with the Dursleys, maybe we'll get a little bit more of those characters. Not entirely sure how that's going to play out. However, the one gripe I have with this book is we don't even learn about the Sorcerer's Stone. We don't get to know anything about the Sorcerer's Stone until like Nicholas Flamel or Flambe or whatever. Flammel. Nicholas Flamel. So like this much left of the book, we're just getting into the Sorcerer's Stone, which I would say is a pretty big part of the book. The first more than half is backstory, which is important. I understand it's building this whole thing because there are so many books and we have to know what's going on and who's involved. But this is a lot of people and this is not a lot of action. But when the action actioned, it was great.